Okay, please pause the video here and do your corrections for your MCQ portion, and then I'll proceed to explain all the MCQ answers. Okay, for question 1, which substance reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen? You need to use a acid plus metal reaction to give you salt and hydrogen. Okay, however, the metal used cannot be unreactive, so copper is out. Okay, CSG, copper, silver, gold are unreactive metals. Answer is C for magnesium. Question 2, a solution has pH 14. Which substance must be present in the solution? It must be hydroxide ions. Okay, why? Because the more hydroxide, higher concentration of hydroxide ions in a solution, okay, the closer it will be to pH 14. Okay, alkaline. 3, which element forms an amphoteric oxide? Just remember, amphoteric oxide is ZAP, standing for zinc, aluminium, lead. Okay, of course, it's for the chemical symbol, so it's not P for lead, but PB for lead, it's chemical symbol. Okay, so answer is A, aluminium, because the rest are not ZAP. Okay, question 4, which equation shows neutralization of dilute sulfuric acid with aqueous sodium hydroxide? If you write out the balanced chemical equation and you try to write the ionic, you realize that you can cancel out sulfates and sodium because they are all soluble. Okay, what you end up having is you are left with H2. You are left with 2H plus, okay, AQ, plus 2OH minus AQ, giving you 2H2O liquid. And if you simplify this further, you will get A. Okay, so this H plus OH minus giving you H2O ionic equation is true for all alkali acid reactions, no matter what they are. Question 5. In such thing is alkaline, which common substance to neutralize? Use an acid pH less than 7. Answer is D. Okay. For question 6, solid Y was added bit by bit with stirring to aqueous solution Z. Changes in pH are recorded in the graph. Okay. So first thing first, how do we determine what is solution Z? We have to look at the origin where solution Y, solid Y was not yet to be added, and you notice the pH is 1. It has to be an acid. So solution Z must be an acid. You can cancel out B and C because Z must be an acid. Okay, so now between Y being a soluble metal oxide and insoluble metal oxide, okay, how do we know which one Y is? Okay, you have to look at the pH change. Remember, if the metal oxide is soluble, it is it can give off OH minus ions in water, aka alkali. But if it's insoluble, it won't be able to give out the OH minus. So you will not see the pH going towards the alkaline side. Okay, so answer is D, because you look at the pH, it's not reaching the alkaline side. Okay, if you were to use a soluble metal oxide, you will see that the pH will go towards the alkaline side already, and it's quite drastic change. Okay, question 7. Okay, what could substance S be? Notice you found carbon dioxide, salt and water. S must be a carbonate. Answer is C, potassium carbonate. Okay, question 8. Table gives some information about the 3 indicators. Okay, which colors should be seen when each indicator put separately into pure water, which is pH 7. Okay, how do we read this table? For example, for naphtha, red. Okay, color at pH 1 is red, color at pH 12 is yellow, pH at which color changes is 4, which means as long as the pH is lower than 4, it will be red. pH is more than 4, it will be yellow. Okay, so same applies to the other 2 indicators. Okay, so for pH 7, notice that 7 is greater than 4. Okay, for naphtha, red will turn yellow. pH 7 is also greater than 6. For bromocresol purple, it will turn purple. And pH 7 is less than 9. So for dimophthalene, it will turn colorless. Answer is D. Okay, question 9. When solid Z is heated, it produces a solid residue and a colorless gas that turns lime water milky. That means that gas must be CO2. Okay, the residue reacts with both dilute acid and dilute alkali to give salts, which means the residue must be an amphoteric oxide, ZAP, zinc, aluminium, lead oxide. Okay, what could be solid Z? Okay, solid Z has to be zinc carbonate. Okay, anyway, A, B, C are non-ZAP. Okay, so what is the reaction that happens when solid Z is heated? You actually have solid zinc carbonate. Okay, when it undergoes heating or what we call thermal decomposition, it will form zinc oxide, which is your residue, and carbon dioxide gas. Okay, question 10. 4 flasks labeled A, B, C, D contains equal volumes of hydrochloric acid of different concentrations. When equal volumes of 1 mole per dm cubed sodium hydroxide are added, pH is recorded. They want the highest concentration of hydrochloric acid, which means pH nearest to 0. Okay, so the answer is just A, which is the lowest pH already. Okay, and this is the lowest pH even after adding sodium hydroxide to neutralize some of the acid. Okay, question 11. 2 solutions are mixed in a beaker and the total mass of the beakers and the contents are recorded. Graph shows the results that is decreasing. Okay, so which of the solutions would give this graph? Okay, you have to choose a reaction that will give off a gas as a product. When the gas escapes, the mass is not recorded, therefore as we track the mass, it will decrease. Okay, what is equation 1? Okay, what is the reaction 1? You have to take copper 2 sulfate, okay, plus aqueous ammonia. Okay, so from your salts chapter, you learn that, your QA chapter, you learn that this is a test for copper 2 plus ions. You actually form copper 2 hydroxide ions. Okay, because NH4 will give off, NH3 will give you your hydroxide ions when it's dissolved in water. So your copper 2 plus ions will combine with your 2OH minus to give you copper 2 hydroxide solid. Okay, same thing for C. Okay, sodium hydroxide plus zinc sulfate. You're actually testing for Zn2 plus with OH minus. You will get ZnOH S. Okay, you won't form a gas. Okay, for D, dilute hydrochloric acid and equals sodium sulfate. Okay, it is a precipitation reaction where you have HCl plus sodium sulfate. Okay, sorry, not precipitation reaction. You have what we call a displacement reaction where they swap partners. Okay, it's not precipitation because there's no solid form. So they are swapping partners. Okay, you get NaCl AQ plus H2SO4 AQ. Okay, of course you must balance it. Okay, but this does not produce any gas. Answer is B because it's a carbonate plus acid reaction giving you salt plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, question 12. 2 indicators, bromo, phenol blue and Congo red, shows the following colors in acidic solutions and alkali. Few drops of each indicator are added to separate samples of a solution of pH2. What are the colors? pH2 means acidic, so it will be yellow and violet. Answer is D. Okay, question 13. Carbon and silicon are both found in group 14 of the periodic table. Which statement is correct for both of them? Okay, notice that because they are in group 14, okay, will they, let's look at the individual options. Okay, so answer is A. They react with potassium hydroxide to form a salt. Okay, this is because they behave as acidic salts. Acidic oxide. Okay, so why is, let's look at the other options first. Why is B wrong? React readily soluble in water to form acids. Okay, actually silicon dioxide, at this point in time we do know carbon dioxide will form carbonic acid. Okay, but because you don't know about silicon dioxide solubility in water, you just ignore B first. Okay, come back to it later. For C, do not react with potassium hydroxide to form a salt. Okay, so notice A and C are opposite of each other. Answer has to be A or C because you cannot be both. Okay, so D, readily soluble in water to form neutral solutions. No, because they are acidic oxides, they will dissolve in water to form acids. Okay, dissolve in water to form acids. Okay, so now between A, B and C, okay, so between A and C, because we can eliminate B based on the fact that A and C are opposite. Okay, so since it's an acidic oxide, it will react with an alkali to form salt. So answer is A. Okay, your alkali is your potassium hydroxide. Question 14. Okay, Unknown solid oxide was subjected to the following tests and the observations were recorded. First test is reaction with excess hydrochloric acid. The oxide decreases in size and eventually disappears to form a colorless solution. Okay, which means that since it reacts with acid, it has to be a base, or at least able to act as a base. Okay, whether it's amphoteric oxide or a basic oxide, we don't know yet. Okay, but we eliminate acidic. Okay, so if you look at the options you do have all of them being either amphoteric oxides or basic oxides. So actually reaction 1 is not very helpful. So you have to look at reaction 2. Okay, sorry, test 2. Test 2 says it dissolves in water followed by litmus to give blue, turns blue, red litmus blue, which means it's a base. Okay, so in order for it to even dissolve in the first place, it must be a group 1 metal. So if it's a group 1 metal, actually your answer is already A. Okay, if that is not insufficient for you, notice that when it dissolves in water, okay, it will also give off it also behave solely as a base instead of amphoteric. Okay, but actually it doesn't matter because the other options do not dissolve in water anyway. Okay, last question for MCQ. Question 15. When substance X reacts with Y, gas Z is given off with extinguishes a lighted flame with a small pop sound. It has to be hydrogen gas. Okay, oxide of substance X reacts with both acids and bases, which means it must be amphoteric oxide. Okay, ZAP oxide. Okay, and while Y is obtained by dissolving acidic oxide in water, it has to be an acid. Okay, so for Y to be an acid, okay, you are cancelling out A and C. You are left with B and D. Next, okay, so X both are zinc, so it's correct because it's amphoteric. So now Z is hydrogen. Answer is D. Okay, so for this kind of questions, there's really no need for you to go through each option. You can just go by process of elimination, speeding up the time you take to answer the MCQ questions, because in your end of year you only have 1 hour to answer 40 MCQs. You cannot afford so much time to go through each option one by one to get the answer. So whichever option you know is definitely not the answer, you may want to cancel them out first. Okay, the answers for structured questions I will do in a separate video.